this Alex Pereira versus Israel Adesanya, dude. I'm really excited for this one. I really am.
Yeah, same.
And the thing is, this is their third, fourth time fighting or something like that. They fought a lot of times already.
I think this is the fourth time. Fourth time.
Yes, and Izzy's lost them all.
Izzy has lost them all, and people use that like it is a end all be all. Like he's lost all of them. He can't beat him. You cannot beat somebody who's beaten you 3 times already. But nothing's that black and white. You know what I mean? There's more nuance to it than that. First fight, Izzy won that fight. Go back and rewatch it. He won the fight. He lost by decision, but he won that fight. Second fight, gets the standing 8 count. Gets finished later on. It's not like he got just destroyed in that fight. Third fight, same thing. He rocks him hard in that first round. He wins every single round, gets knocked out in the 5th round. If there was a few more minutes left, he wins that fight by decision. I'm not saying that the wins don't matter, that I'm not trying to discount what Pereira did, but for people to say he's 3-0 against him, Izzy has no chance, it's not that simple. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, man. And I mean, what a mind fuck it must be, though, huh? If you're Izzy,
it's gotta be bad.
It's gotta be pretty bad. And yes, I know. Like the first one here, 2016, lost by decision.
Yeah.
2017, so a year later, on March 4th, 2017, he loses, like you said, TKO.
They give him
and
a
then
TKO?
You just go,
he got KO'd, man.
And then you just go on this massive win streak, and you become one of the darlings of the UFC, and everybody loves you. And you're going up against, legends, and he takes out Marvin Vettori, Brad Tavares, Derek Brunson. Remember that one too, where they're talking so much trash, and everybody's like, "Hey, this is a big test, man."
Wrestler.
Yes, and he just takes him out, and then he fights Anderson Silva, and you're like, "Oh my god!" It's like the passing of the torch. But yeah,
he's in the corner of Silva.
Dude, one of the best fights I've ever seen. Calvin Gastelum, he's standing up in the corner. He says, "You can't beat me. I'm ready to die." Like, boom, boom, boom. And then, okay, he's human.
Yeah.
He moves up in weight. He fights Jan Blachowicz. But then, me personally, too, I'm like, excuse. Big dude, and Jan Blachowicz is a big light heavyweight. And he was able to kind of just lay on Izzy quite a bit. And so I'm making all these excuses in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So in my head, Izzy's still superhuman.
And also, let's be real. Like, excuses, I know people shit on excuses, but some are legit. Not all excuses are the same. You know what I mean?
True.
Some are legit.
Yes. And then, okay, Marvin Vettori takes him out again, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Italy. Robert Whittaker.
Sorry, Italy. Not this time.
Yeah, and this fight was a lot closer against Robert Whittaker.
Mm-hmm. I think Whittaker won that fight.
Sorry, Australia.
And
then he fights Jared Cannonier.
Yeah.
Right? And at this point, people are like, is he starting to become more reserved?
Mm-hmm.
His fights aren't as exciting as they used to be. Something's different about Izzy. And then comes in Alex Pereira. And, dude, when I saw that, I locked it in. I said, give me Izzy, by decision. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was going in that direction.
Done deal. Yeah, and it was.
Done deal. And Alex Pereira just comes in like an absolute monster, native of Brazil. Have you seen him with that war paint? I think we showed it on the podcast before. Scary individual, dude. When he comes in for the weigh-ins, scary individual. And that, dude.
Shout out C West.
He says, "You eat dookie." Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for the engagement. It helps our stats.
Yeah, absolutely. And there it is. Alex Pereira's a new champion, and now
never fought a wrestler.
We have this beautiful storyline now, though.
Yeah, 100%.
And
WWE now, boys.
and I know he's lost 3 times to Alex Pereira, but still, it's an awesome storyline for us to have going into this fight. But I think Izzy still takes it.
You still have Izzy.
I still have Izzy, man. It just and hey, shout out Omar Romero, hype me up with this recap. Keep it going. No, I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it, man, because these are the fights are awesome. The fights are awesome. But this is one of the reasons that I absolutely love mixed martial arts, is because you have some of these crazy stories.
This is
some of these
what
crazy stories leading up to it.
this is what like cements legends. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because if Izzy wins this fight, which he's more than capable of, people are saying like it's a done deal. He's more than capable of winning this. Uh, if he wins this, they're gonna do a third, an MMA third, and whoever wins that, that's like the stuff of legends. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit that goes down in history. C West says, "All love. I got Izzy though. Uh, he has to look for the finish though. I think he wrestles this time. No more point fighting. That's the
And
thing that's hard
that's
because
another good point that he makes, though, because if he does win by decision,
mm-hmm.
what's that chatter still like in the background about Izzy?
Yeah, and that can get you mentally. And you know, Izzy's kind of like he seems like a kind of a sensitive dude. You know what I mean? And I mean that with all due
Yeah.
respect. I would be too. If I had that many people watching me, all that shit, I totally would be too. The wrestling is the key, 100%. I just don't know. That's no surprise. If I know that, Pereira knows that. You know what I mean? He's working with Glover Teixeira all day, every day. They definitely know the wrestling's coming. It worked very well in the first fight, but that might have been because it was a surprise. Uh, it, if he's training takedown defense against Glover Teixeira all day, every day, does Izzy take him down? Probably not. But
Glover's an absolute animal,
but
man.
but that being said, he needs to use it. Even if he doesn't get the takedown, he absolutely needs to wrestle in this fight. Even if he doesn't get the takedown, just because it's just one more thing for Pereira to think about. Like he definitely needs to do it. The question is, it's hard. It's an interesting matchup. It's there's plenty like this where someone has to be perfect for the entire fight. Adesanya has to be absolutely perfect the entire fight because if he gets caught, he's going out. It's that's the fact of life when you're fighting Alex Pereira. If you get caught, it's over. So you have to be perfect the whole
Hmm.
time. In boxing, you got Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, where it's a very similar situation. You have to be perfect the entire fight. You have to be perfect the entire fight. Those big gloves, you can shoulder roll, you can block better. It's not the same as MMA. It's much harder to be perfect in MMA than it is in boxing.
Mm.
Can you do it for 25 minutes? Adesanya could not do it the last time. He couldn't do it the last time in kickboxing. Uh, that's it's tough. Uh,
We got some good stuff going on in the chat
yeah,
right now too.
C West
Omar
says,
asks,
we'll go from the top real quick. C West, because
okay,
Pereira showed his chin is suspect. He has to come for him. Two, no more backing up because Pereira feeds off that. I agree. He cracked him. He hurt it pretty bad. He's hurt him multiple times. He stunned him, right? He's frozen in his tracks when he got cracked in that first round. When Izzy is first and Izzy is lightning, he can. I mean, he's a fucking viper. You know what I mean? If he just tags, if he goes on the offensive and he tags him and he's mindful of that counter left hook, he could really take him out. Omar says, if Izzy wins, does this rewrite history where people shrug off the past three? I don't think so, and that's
no,
why you would do the trilogy in MMA. That's what would solidify the entire thing. C West says he's like a shark in the water when he smells blood. Pop him in the nose though, you can get him. We got Israel Adesanya himself coming in the chat saying, me and Alex this Saturday will be like Pacquiao versus Marquez 4. If you know, you know. Shout out Israel Adesanya. Wilder said it himself. Omar says Wilder said it himself. He only needs to be perfect for one shot, while Fury needs to be perfect the whole fight. It's exactly the same. But MMA gloves, it's a lot harder to be perfect. Izzy comes back saying, watch Saturday and find out. That's all I'm going to say. Keep the same energy. That's the boy.
I like it. I like it. Now, back to Omar's point, right, where he says
Mm-hmm.
if Izzy wins, this is going to erase the past three, and I don't think it will for a lot of people. And quite
It won't.
honestly, I don't
It
think it will
shouldn't.
for Izzy either. And
No,
I
and it
think that
shouldn't.
he's going to want that trilogy to solidify, to cement his legacy,
Yeah.
and then at that point, when Izzy takes that fight, then I think
Mm-hmm.
that he can ride off into the sunset if he wanted to.
If you wanted to, definitely.
If you wanted to, because what are you going to do if Izzy wins again? And I know Alex hasn't held the belt for very long. And people are going to be like, well,
Mm-hmm.
why give him an immediate rematch? What are you going to do?
They're
Are you going to
done
put Izzy up against Robert Whitaker again? Are you going to put
again.
Izzy up against Marvin Vittori again? Jared Cannonier again? Paulo Costa? That
The
guy's
only
off in the secret juice somewhere.
You know what
Like,
fucks this whole thing up though is the UFC getting too eager and they throw Hamzat in there. If Izzy wins, they give him Hamzat and they derail the whole trilogy against Pereira because Hamzat's fighting at middleweight now. So it's like that's like the one thing that could fuck this whole thing up. But or if Pereira knocks him out, if Pereira beats him, then what are we even talking about? You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
Is C West says, what are you guys' thoughts about Holland and Santiago? We actually covered that before. We started from the beginning of the main card and we went forward. I think we both picked Holland, right?
We both picked Holland. I've seen your boy Holland crack some people, not just in the octagon,
Extracurricular.
but over here at some local fights. And I've seen that boy. He hits hard, man. He can hit really hard. That security guard found out that night. But it was a good time too. It was a really good time. But yes, we both have Holland, and you have Izzy. Then I'm guessing, right?
I do have Izzy in this one.
We didn't even pick. We just built up the fight, and then we didn't even make a pick.
I have Izzy winning this fight. It's going to be very interesting if Pereira comes out and wrestles, because he is much bigger than Israel Adesanya, and if he's drilling takedowns with Glover Teixeira, body locks, trips, all that shit, if he takes out Izzy with grappling, like that might be even worse, right? Because he's beat him in kickboxing, he outstruck him all these times, but if he comes out there and beats him in mixed martial arts with wrestling, it's like, damn, the man came over to your sport and fucking did it, you know?
Oh, that'd be insane, man.
Omar says chances we get D1 Pereira. It's a very real possibility. If Pereira comes out and wrestles, it's such an interesting matchup, you know, because both of them have terrible grappling. Both of them are like the worst. They're awful grapplers. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, you're saying that while Izzy's on the chat. Izzy, dude.
No, Izzy actually is pretty decent. He's done some fun
His takedown defense is pretty good too.
Yeah. Let's see. We got who say, I bet the last 4 mains correctly. Hope to make it to 5. I got Izzy winning by finish round 3. That being said, this fight doesn't go the distance either way. I like it.
I like it too. I like it. I'm sticking with who then. I picked Izzy
Pereira is a lightweight, borderline heavyweight, man. He is massive. Have you seen the picture of him next to Jalton Almeida that they just posted?
Yes.
He's bigger than him.
It's insane. I don't know how he makes weight. And this is the thing too, man. Let's say that he beats Izzy again.
Mm-hmm.
What are the chances of him actually going up to a light heavyweight?
It'd be the smartest move for him.
Glover's loss.
It would be the smartest move for him. Jamal Hill's a very winnable fight. And then it sets up the Yichiri Prohaska fight, which is massive.
See Jamal Hill in the chat now?
Yeah, because you know who's coming. If Pereira wins this fight, it's Hamzat, and Hamzat wipes the floor with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if he also, oh my God, there's just so many possibilities, because if he does win in middleweight and he decides to hang out in middleweight, then it just opens up the floodgates for all the different matchup possibilities, you know?
Yeah. C West says Jamal is dangerous, and he is very dangerous. And he can actually wrestle. That's the big part here. Striking wise, it's nothing that Pereira hasn't seen before, and it's just more and more time for him to get that takedown defense. Training with Glover, it's a. I'm not saying it's. Maybe I did say it was easy for him if he goes up and fights Jamal Hill, but I shouldn't say that.
You did
nothing. Yeah, nothing's easy, right? But it is a very it is a very favorable matchup, I should say, for Pereira. But I do really like Jamal Hill.
And so the opening odds, let me pull it up real quick. We had opening odds at Izzy -154 and currents -137. So things are starting to swing a little bit.
Favorite.
Yeah, things are starting to swing a little bit, though.
Fun stuff.
Hey, everybody. Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.